someone like the Young Westminster Foundation is that anchor group that brings us all together. So it's a safe space facilitated by someone who's independent. So we don't go in as, oh, I want to make my organization more important than the others. The networks help facilitate discussions and help us understand the needs and where we can get support from. So we see it as an independent way of reaching out and finding out more, as well as accessing new funding opportunities, training and development, and other points. So I think that network is really important.
Every year, quarterly, I try to attend as many of those as I can. It's really great, especially when they have it in your locality. So we're in North Westminster, and being able to have that networking opportunity to hear from other youth workers, care workers, their experience of their work, and kind of just be signposted. Last year's Level Up conference that was hosted by YWF was really great with the needs analysis that we did with the young people, and some of our young people took part in that needs analysis. So it was really great to be able to have those opportunities to network, to find that information, but also to be a part of that information giving as well.
The role that network meetings create is it's a role of belonging. It makes you feel like you belong and you're doing the right thing, and it really helps you to enhance your knowledge on what's going on around you, and it confirms you're doing the right thing.
I think it can be taken for granted so much that there are networks around. When we are helping other organisations and supporting them, we also tell them how important it is to find out who are their networks and, collaborate in that way.
Young people are always changing, and the situations and social media and different aspects are always changing. So it's always good to kind of keep a better understanding of what's going on around you and how you can better support the young people that you work with in and around your area.
Now there's a lot of online harm. People are just staying on their tablets and devices. Some of them are getting groomed. So with the nature of the changing threats, we need to make sure we upskill ourselves and get that latest knowledge. Find out how do we tackle those issues, because if you can't talk to the people and especially the young people with their issues of today, and you talk in the old language, you're not going to connect. So the training is, I think, really important for that.
So I think one of the beautiful things about youth work is you can never know everything. It's such a varied sector. And so training can really, I think, build up the knowledge and expertise of a youth worker in terms of gaining that experience through the training. And I think it can be across the board, right? It's not just doing stuff that will enhance your practice or make you a better practitioner for young people, but also things that might support the charity as a whole. I think it's been around listening to us as whether it's leaders of youth organisations or the team, the youth workers. I think it's listening to what we need and really filling those gaps in. We often don't get listened to, I think, in the sector quite a lot, and it's quite nice to be able to say, actually, this is the support that we need, or this is an area where we feel we're not as well equipped or as trained as we could be.
It gives you a chance to kind of know more and also see an alternative. Sometimes there's an alternative to the way you're doing things that could help develop the work you're doing, and realize that we're not just managing young people or managing a project, but we're looking to develop it and see how it can evolve in different ways. And I think coming to certain events focused around that, doing certain training and workshops, allows you to do better informed practice when you're working with young people.
So what's been really nice with this is I've had colleagues do different trainings than myself, and so we've tried to find ways to basically make sure that information was shared across the organisation. So one of my colleagues actually did a training following her training, kind of just going through what she'd learned and what she thought was really useful to us to kind of keep and build on within the charity ourselves.
I believe that without having the right knowledge and the training, that you can't really then give it to the next person or give it to another young person. When we did the youth qualification, at the end of it, we also had to think about what we wanted to enhance on and expand on. So what was our weaknesses in a sense? And I think that's important, because then we can then strengthen ourselves when we're helping and equipping young people as well. I would say the barrier to accessing training and qualifications mostly would probably be just the knowledge of where they are, when they take place, and sometimes it could be price, But of course, if we take away that first boundary, they'll be able to know even what's free as well, because there are a lot of free resources, a lot of free training and accredited courses that can be taken in the work that we do.
Sometimes it's making sure that when we're advertising the courses, let's put pictures and faces of people they can relate to. Let's have global majority people, so they think, oh, that person's doing it or has done it, I can do it. Sometimes we just do leaflets and advertise, but we don't. It's easier to sell if you have a picture sometimes. So finding ambassadors or someone like that that they could relate to, I think that would make a big difference.
Working with young people is not a quick job. It's not an overnight job. It's definitely the definition of Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's beautiful when you see their progress throughout the years. And I would love to continue doing that.
Without the foundation being part of the journey in the beginning, we wouldn't have been able to be where we are now, because we didn't have the information about how to work with youth. We didn't have the information about training and, you know, what we need to do. So I think that has been like a lifeline for us, and something that is very important for any person that has an idea to become a CIC or a social enterprise and doesn't know what to do and doesn't know what the next step. I would say, yeah, just reach out to the local practitioners that are available, or the local organisations that are available.
It allows you to be able to voice out young people's voices in the right way, and it helps you to make sure that you're doing it adequately. So when you're speaking to the NHS, or when you're speaking to schools, or when you're speaking to the government about these young people, you're using the right words. And when you've got the qualification, it gives you the strength, and it gets you the respect you deserve, rather than just being a community running a great service. You're a community with qualifications running an amazing service.